This black lady wanted to escape the racism of the United States, so she moved to Russia. Out of all places, she moved to Russia. Maybe she seen those black Jesus pictures that Russia released and thought she would be treated like divinity, right? But how could you overlook all these people protesting and fighting ICE to stay in this great country? So when she moved to Russia thinking that things were going to be a little bit different, the apartment that she rented, her landlords ended up locking her out of this apartment, threw her baby stuff out of the apartment, cut off the electricity, and when she confronted them, oh, things heated up. They was like, in Russia, I will delete your black. Like in Russia though, like whatever Russians speak, I don't know what they speak, but yeah, she said, yeah, I will delete your black, while she was holding her 2-year-old. And not only a woman told her this that got physical with her, but the woman's husband. So they locked her out of her apartment, cut off her electric, kicked all her baby stuff belongings out, and then they attacked her, a man and a woman, while she was holding her 2-year-old, and the 2-year-old got bruises. And what are they doing in Russia? What are the Russian police doing? Nothing. Sometimes you don't know how good you got it until it's gone.
Hello wonderful people, welcome once again to another episode of my YouTube channel. I'm Marvin for those who are new here, and please and kindly hit the subscribe icon below and follow my page. If you find this video educative, you can as well share to your family and friends. Thank you. On today's episode, we'll be talking about racism in Russia, but majorly we'll be focusing on black Americans in United States. There was a woman who left the United States and went to live in Russia. To her surprise, life in Russia was even more unexpected than it would have been. She clearly left the United States because of discrimination from maybe the white supremacists or from maybe from her own community. While in Russia, she was racially abused and beaten. While in the United States, she would have been only racially abused by word of mouth, not beaten. To all our surprise, it was her landlords and her neighbors. We all don't know the cause of the beating, but it's because of racial abuse. Well, seems like jumping from the frying pan to the fire. This is so sad to the black American woman. Her children were also not left behind. They were abused and also beaten. With this video, we can clearly see that it is better the devil you know than the devil you don't know. Well, she decided to leave United States to get a better life in Russia, not knowing Russians are the ones who are more racist even than United States. Many black Americans have come up and said she is the cause of everything. Why would you leave a comfortable country like United States and go to Russia? Well, we are all sorry for what happened to her. The following videos will get a clear picture of the happenings of what happened in Russia. She will definitely have to go back to her home country and settle down. Being discriminated in the United States doesn't mean that you can live a better life in other countries. It is like going to another country because you want a better life because of the president who is there. Well, in Russia, it seems like racial abuse is at high momentum, and this is what happened to the lady. With the videos again, we can clearly see how black Americans are defending their livelihood in the United States. Yeah, let's watch the following videos.
So there's been this story that's been circulating about a woman who moved from the United States to Russia because she felt that she was being discriminated against in America. She felt that America is a racist country and that in order to escape this racism, she needed to move to Russia. Let me run that back one more time. In order to escape the racism in America, she moved to Russia. Now, I'm sure y'all can imagine exactly how this story unfolded. You do not need to use your imagination, because here we have an image of exactly what happened as a result of this executive decision that she made. This is what happened to her in Russia. According to her, due to racism. That was her face before. That was the face in America. That's her face in Russia.
This is so shocking. Now, this woman left the US because of discrimination. Now, she decided to move to Russia, where she recently was brutally beaten by her neighbors. And they also beat her baby. Let me tell you. Her name is Francine Villa. Now, she was born in Russia, but lived in the US most of her life. Now, there was an incident back in the US where she tried to ask help from police, and then the police started beating her up for no reason. Then she realized, like, this place is not safe. I don't think I can live in the US. Like, where should I move to? Then she thought, hold on, where is safe to go to? I can go to Russia. So, she was born there. It is her native country after all. She also said that it's very safe in Russia, that at night time you can walk around as a woman and nothing bad will ever happen to you. Now, recently she posted a video of her face of, she's been brutally beaten. She was beaten by her neighbors, allegedly. They threw their baby's buggy from the stairs. They locked her out of her door, of her entrance. They cut off electricity. There's a whole thing going on. Now, she said that the police are not looking into this. They're not investigating. They're not even doing anything about it. I'm assuming it's because there is a war there. They're looking into bigger things.
All right, so I came up on this article. Black woman who left U.S. for Russia to escape discrimination is beaten by racist neighbors. Oh my God! Why would you go to Russia as a black person to escape discrimination for being black? Russians from Russia are very freely racist people. They're very open about this. Russians in Russia today are as racist as black people in America are racist today.
Her dispute, right? Maybe she may have been leaving some stuff, maybe her trash in a common shared area, and her neighbors didn't like it, right? And I don't know how she went about resolving that dispute. Okay, it could have just been a dispute that went south. So again, I can't say for sure that this is actual, racism, that they beat her because she's black or whatever. I don't know what happened. Okay. I don't know what happened at all. Who knows? Okay. With these, victimhood types, right? These people who always see themselves as victims. Sometimes it's them, right? Sometimes they are the problem, not, the other people around them, but they are the problem, especially when it happens everywhere, right? She left the United States of America claiming to be a victim, right? Oh, I'm a victim, right? Racism, police brutality. Just to go to another country and experience the same thing. When that happens multiple times, it happens everywhere you go, then it's probably a you problem, right? So again, I don't know, right? I'm just going based off how the story's being told. We don't have that much information about it. Regardless, again, my point is simple, is that these people who think that living in the United States is so bad and so terrible, a lot of them just have not traveled the world, right? They have not been anywhere else outside of the United States to realize that, you know what? Being black in the United States is actually a pretty damn good thing, right? You actually hit the birth lottery, right? In fact, it doesn't matter what race, what skin color, what gender you are, who you like to sleep with, right? Whatever, okay? It doesn't matter. If you were born in the United States, or if you have the opportunity to live in the United States, which this woman did, you hit the birth lottery, okay? You did, okay? And when you hit the birth lottery, you should probably appreciate that fact. You should probably stay in the United States. You probably should not move to other countries, because you're going to find out very quickly, okay, eventually, that these other countries are not like the United States of America. You do not get the same protections. In this case, this woman, again, allegedly was beaten. Her child also was harmed as well, too, according to her. And she didn't have any recourse, right? The police aren't doing anything about it. And she's just kind of stuck, right, with no way of getting justice for what happened to her. Now, again, why is that? I don't know, right? I have no clue how the criminal justice system works in Russia and how they go about solving these problems and these issues, but who knows, right? I mean, I just personally feel like if she was in the United States of America with that much evidence, right, I think that she would have some recourse, right? She could go to the police and maybe, just maybe, they would do something about it. But in Russia, it looks like she does not have that ability. Again, I just wish that people would realize and appreciate the United States of America without going to another country and finding out that, hey, you know, the grass is not green on the other side. Brittany Griner found out. She found out, okay? Going to Russia to play basketball, she ended up in a prison, okay? Eventually, people are going to understand that the United States of America is a pretty damn good place to be. Doesn't matter who you are or what race you are, okay? That's why all this boohoo whine and cried about white supremacy, the white man, and racism hold me back, and this, that, and the other. It's so silly to me, man. It's so silly because these people clearly have not experienced the rest of the world. And, you know, stories like this are important because it really shows people that it is a blessing to be black in the United States of America. It is a blessing to be basically anybody who's in the United States of America. There's a reason why you have mass illegal immigration. You have people trying to get into the United States of America. They're sacrificing their lives to try to get into the United States of America because it's a damn good country to live in. Even if, again, you believe that the white man is evil, he's so racist. But turns out, at least according to this story, that the white man here is not as bad, not as mean as some other white man and other men as well, too, around the world. Okay, and I think that is basically the takeaway from this story. Okay, be thankful to be an American. Be thankful to be born here in America, and stop all that boohoo, whine, and cry, because it can be much worse. It can be a lot worse, especially as a black person anywhere else on earth. Yeah, I think it will be a lot worse than the United States of America.
With the video you have just watched, we can clearly see that it is better to live in a country you are born than to go to another country, because you want a better living than the country you are born in. This lady clearly was out of mind. Why would you leave your own country because you're facing discrimination? All of us, we are all facing discrimination in our own countries. Black Americans are facing racism all over America, but I have not had any recent cases of a person leaving his own country to go and live in another country because he has been racially discriminated or faced any other forms of discrimination. Russians are the worst piece of racists. You can clearly see they love their own race and culture. They don't like blacks at all. Yeah, with President Putin, we can see he is the only one who engaged with black people, like in the recent meeting between him and Ibrahim Traore. This lady was really out of mind. She would have been very, very calm in the United States. Yeah, why leave your own country? Why leave a country you are born in? Why leave a country you definitely get a comfortable life? Life in Russia compared to life in USA, life in USA would have been even more better than life in Russia. This lady needs to calm herself down. She needs to go back to her home country and face the discrimination he accuses of facing with head on. Yeah? What's your take in this? Would you leave your own country only because you're facing discrimination? Yeah? We can see with the recent ICE detention and deployment, many people are defending themselves to not get deported. Well, we can see a lady live in a country, a comfortable country, where many people want to stay. We can see the Latino community. We can see the Hispanic community. They want to stay in the United States. This black lady clearly wants to leave the United States. He could have even gone to ICE and said, I want to leave this country or get deported, instead of going to another country to face discrimination and racially beaten up without remorse. Well, we are also sorry for what happened to her, and we all believe she will greatly regret going to Russia. What's your take in this, family? Would you leave a country because you are discriminated, or just because the system doesn't favor you, and go to another country and settle there? What's your advice for the lady? Yeah, should she come back to her own country? Should she stay in Russia and continue being beaten up and racially abused. So sad. I'll keep you updated on the happenings of what happened to her. Make sure to follow the next episode and my next video, because I will even have more information on what happened to the young lady. Remember, family, if you find this video educative, you can share to your family and friends and like my videos. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. See you on the next episode.